Fast forward, any come out our channel so AGH Politics Avenue. Podcast or return because making headlines. The Jamrena EDB Exum or and idiom young rock simus and the Kanya. We say to be must subscribe to the channel. Hit notification bell so share now at the 4 accounts to answer into me and KB. And idiom young political highways in Ijadema Unia Enya Asam Kotra Crab. Now, Ningan say, ongoing MPP presidential primaries, no, say my chairman Wontumi. Acquire center of discussion unia enya asem koto akra na ningina ense aboa no se bia so se be nyaro ehunu bi penti na oje ne bagura na oyi na no ato nchen na enam se mri bi atwamu excite no oni abronye of inciting violence ni ade na at this point in time expect atnase omodi enhihye egu kwemu Unia, umuri ebo sadi no by, but at this point in time, you come and any about me. That's what I'm
Yes, clear example. Wontumi, clear example. All the machinations that they have done using the national security operatives. In some instances, some of them are not national security operatives. They are hoodlums of the NDC. So they go in and they cause mayhem, create confusion, and they go away with it. So we don't want any non-uniform security officer at the venues for the elections of our presidential candidate. So we've written to the Ghana Police Service. We've complained to them that we don't need any national security operative. We need only men in uniform who have been duly assigned by the Ghana Police Service. Even if you are a police officer and you are assigned to the national security operative, on that particular day, if you are not assigned for election duties, you are not needed at any of the voting centers.
Okay. I mean, before you go, Prof, this campaign, there's been some vitriolic, commentary in this campaign. After tomorrow, how do you expect the party to unite for 2028?
You know, we as MPP, we are the pacesetters of democracy in Ghana. We respect the rule of law. Many people have expressed their opinion because of the free speech. But however, in everything free or in every free speech, there is limitations and there is censorship in whatever you say. Some people have made commentaries that are very distasteful. Yeah. We have called on certain bodies within the party, that is the National Council of Elders, have been called upon on several instances to deal with some of these particular matters. For the sake of the peace of the party, we have prevailed upon everybody to be very decorous in terms of your language, in terms of your posture, in terms of the activities that you do. These elections is not the conclusive part of our struggle. Okay. We are only picking a candidate. Our candidate must be appealing to the good people of Ghana, because we need victory in 2028, not victory on 31st. Okay. 31st is just a selection process, but the victory we all require is on the 7th of December. That will be casting our ballot in 2028. So we should move beyond and think beyond what is happening tomorrow, and that is why we call on everybody. However, after tomorrow, there are certain commentary that will not be allowed in this party. Okay. Discipline is going to be instilled. Whichever way that it goes, we would make sure that we instill discipline in this party.
Thank you very much, Prof. Haruna Mohammed, Deputy General Secretary of the NPP. Thank you for coming. We wish you all the best on Saturday.
Thank you very much. We hope to see you tomorrow. Yeah. I certainly will pass through here before I move to the north. Yes.
Wish you the very best.
Thank you.
For matters of the NPP, the Greater Accra Regional Security Council has declared lands within Majo, Trasacco, Bawumia and Enclave as security zones following a protracted dispute over land ownership involving families and traditional authorities. The RECSEG has warned that any individual who proceeds with development activities in the area will have their structures demolished and will be subjected to legal action. Channel 1 News' Ni Youoligǎnism reports.
Lands in the Bawumia, Trasacco and Majo areas of the Greater Accra region are increasingly under disputes, with frequent legal battles encroachment warnings, and the sale of high-value titled lands occurring simultaneously. Ongoing family and traditional ownership disputes in these areas have prompted the Greater Accra Regional Security Council (RECSEC) to declare the lands a security zone indefinitely. The directive was issued during an engagement with Metropolitan, Municipal and District Chief Executives at the signing of performance contracts.
I want to address the situation in the Majo, Trazako, Botema enclave, which falls within the...
Good evening to you, Haruna. Welcome to Channel 1 TV.
Good evening, sir.
Big day tomorrow. I mean, are you ready? Electoral materials all distributed. How prepared is the party?
Thank you very much. I would like to say good evening to your cherished viewers. I think that the MPP is very prepared for tomorrow's election. We began by the opening of nominations for the elections. We had 5 gentlemen who came up to pick the nominations. They went through a number of processes and engagement with the Presidential Elections Committee. We further increased the transparency level in the conduct of this election by setting up the intra-party advisory committee, where the aspirant had 2 representatives each to discuss and judge or to agree on certain matters of concern relative to the election. The guidelines that came out, they all signed to it. And up to today, to the last day of the Peace Park and today, none of the candidates have come out to accuse the Presidential Election Committee of any bias. We have 277 voting centers. Each constituency has a voting center, and the national headquarters also is serving as a voting center for national officers, National Council of Elders, patrons, and also the diaspora. That is our external branches as stated in the constitution of the party. If you look at, in terms of voting materials, the election is going to be supervised by the Electoral Commission of Ghana. The Electoral Commission have indicated the printing presses where agents of the aspirant accompanied to them to the last day that the printing has been done. Dispatch of ballots to the voting centers, i.e. the regions and the constituencies, was done together with the representatives of the aspirants. They kept their seals on them, and all that has been dispatched. So everything is ready. Albums have been addressed, all concerns have been addressed with regards to the album for the election, and security situations has been handled by the Ghana Police Service. The MPP is ready. Virtually, we are ready for the elections tomorrow. The party headquarters is slated for the outdooring of the presidential candidate-elect who will be declared by the Electoral Commission of Ghana, who will be doing the collation at the Electoral Commission's headquarters. The party will also be doing a collation. So we have a strong room at the party headquarters where we'll be doing the collation. But we cannot declare any result until the Electoral Commission is completed and move to the party headquarters in a salon down where we will be outdooring the elected presidential candidate for the party.
Why the party headquarters though? Because the last time the outdooring was done at the stadium. Are you running this on a tight budget, for which reason you've chosen the party headquarters, which is a smaller space compared to the stadium?
Well, it's not about budget, it's about convenience. And we think that doing it at the party headquarters also has some publicity for the party. With regards to the forum, there are some people probably might not even know the party headquarters. They've been hearing. It's also something that we need to change venue in terms of the activities that we're organizing. We could have go back to the stadium, and even the stadium, we didn't use the inner part of the stadium. Yes. We used the VVIP part of the stadium, which the space too was very small to contain the number of people who were ready to come. We'll be mounting screens for people who will be watching from outside. The road to the party headquarters will be closed tomorrow. The security has already barricaded the place, and the space will be used for standing, those persons who will be standing to watch. And the screens will be very big enough to contain It's going to be a very short ceremony, and we don't need to go somewhere rather than to do it at the party headquarters.
So tomorrow I'm a delegate. I mean, I go to the voting center to vote. Are there any guidelines I am supposed to follow?
When you go to vote, there is no sitting, like arrangement for sitting and delivery of speeches. There is nothing like that tomorrow. It's a walk-in. Okay. You walk in with your voter ID card or the Ghana card or the party card or driver's license, any of the national ID card that will recognize you. Then you appear at the voting center. You will be identified through the album and you will be moved into the inner perimeter. You'll be given access to the inner perimeter where your name will be checked again. Then you'll be given the ballot paper to go and cast your vote. You cannot go, as you go to cast the vote, you cannot go there with a phone. Your phones there will be taken from you, or you'll be advised to keep it in a manner that you would not pull it out. Immediately you pull a phone out to take a picture of what you voted, your vote will be annulled instantly and be treated as a rejected ballot.
Oh, okay. I mean, your party issued a warning against the deployment of national security operatives. Is it because you don't want the support of the national security? What is the fear?
You see, there's an internal elections. We have written to the Ghana Police Service to handle the security situation for us specifically. We've picked intelligence of some certain happenings that the NDC want to perpetuate because of the peaceful nature of our elections that we did in 2023. They were not very happy with that peaceful elections. Now that they have the national security and the manner that they have been using them to bulldoze their ways into people's houses, Ntimfojua is a clear example. Adenta Kumi is a clear example. Abronya is a clear example. Wontumi, clear example. All the
around a shared vision for renewal. At meetings nationwide, he warned that persistent internal divisions could further weaken the party if left unresolved, stressing that rebuilding will require unity, collective responsibility, and improved organization. Grassroots warfare featured prominently in his engagements, addressing constituency executives, polling station officers, electoral area coordinators, and party activists. Dr. Bawumia outlined proposals aimed at recognizing the efforts of party workers and strengthening engagement at the constituency level. He called for more regular interaction between national leadership and grassroots members, describing it as critical to restoring confidence and motivation within the party's base.
Database, database welfare system for the party. Database welfare system for the party. So that database welfare system, no, na saying, yeah, the Obia din share database, no. Obia din ebeko database, no. Obia asim here ebeko database, no. Na sa database, no, na yedi beye ejuma abua party for. Ampa yeba yebeshe Ghana nyina, but yedeni ebeshe ye party for.
Dr. Bawumia also highlighted his long-standing involvement in the NPP, tracing his journey from 2008 through the party's years in opposition to his tenure as vice president from 2017 to 2025. He cited initiatives such as the Ghana Card, mobile money interoperability, and the Zipline medical drone delivery program as part of his record in public office, stressing that effective leadership is driven by impactful ideas rather than personal wealth.
What I want to say to you is that have confidence in me. It is not the money in your pocket that will allow you to transform Ghana. It's the ideas in your head that will allow you to transform Ghana.
Across several regions, party executives, members of parliaments, grassroots organizers, and former party officials have publicly endorsed this message, describing it as timely and reflective of the party's current needs as it prepares for its internal contest on Saturday.
Emma Bantsma coordinators ɛyɛ nipa maako 19 out of 19 coordinators no megyina ha aka sɛ yɛmu 15 ayɛ yɛadwene sɛ yɛbɛto yɛaba nyinaa ma wo.
Away from Dr. Bawumia, let's now focus on his closest contender in the last flag-bearer election, Kennedy Agyapong. Well, his supporters are optimistic that he will secure an imposing victory in the central region and proceed to win the ultimate slot. They believe the region will benefit immensely from Kennedy's future presidency, considering his massive contribution to development during his tenure as a member of parliament. Our central regional correspondent Akwasi Ado has more in this report.
Some NPP members in the central region believe Kennedy Agyapong has already exhibited the mark of transformational leadership. They describe his entrepreneurial exploits as evidence of his ability to transform the region and improve Ghana's economic situation through job creation, should he eventually become president after securing the NPP's flag-bearer slot.
If he's done much for the entire country while an MP, what wouldn't he be able to do for Central Region? He will do better than we're seeing currently.
Maybe say utimna say ope ejuma ni tebi o mine konkan ye hwe yera Canada ono na ne bibia tro say mi biebie enwuma.
One of the sharp criticisms brought against Kennedy Agyapong by opponents is his temperament. But a communications expert who lectures at the University of Education, Winneba, Professor Sechi Beidu, believes his kind is exactly what the NPP and Ghana needs to restore discipline. He believes Kennedy is well positioned to shift Ghana's developmental gear forward.
We don't need a person who just can be a leader, a president. We want a person who can change the country. So when you do that, it's when you're taking your car to the mechanics. It's not the one who talks to you well and smiles at you and uses me pacho. The one who can fix your car well for you. So yes, Ken sometimes has used language which I will not use, some others may not use, but it does not mean that he can be a good president.
For months, his campaign team has prosecuted what they describe as a very successful campaign and expect nothing less than 80% of the total votes.
I think Ken will win hands down. Yes, with a margin of about 80 to 90%.
Come Saturday, voting will take place in all 23 constituencies here in the central region. Provision has been made for regional executives and party leaders to vote in the Cape Coast North constituency. Party leadership even though anticipates a peaceful process, wants the Electoral Commission and Ghana Police Service to remain steadfast and uphold the sanctity of the elections.
None of the executives, both at the regional level, constituency level, and national level, have shown neutrality. Yes, as I speak to myself, I'm not neutral. And that is why the police and the Electoral Commission must take charge of the process.
Speaking to Channel 1 News, second regional vice chairman of the party, Dr. Michael Yawesuman Mensah, condemned the recent incident of assault against some supporters of Brian Agyapong at the Otusenya East Constituency Party office.
It's not about the assault, yes, it's unlawful and it will be taken upon. But look at the circumstances. It makes you feel that no, then next time, if I have an issue and you are calling me to the party office, I'm not going to come.
For the Channel 1 newsroom, I am Akwasi Ado, Central Region.
We in some of the course so our channel is so that's an so bad in the Numbi Adomini, Unia and Sensia.